Some inside the NFL believe the Bears will target Trey Smith. The word around league circles is that the Bears have their eyes locked on Kansas City Chiefs guard Trey Smith, and let me tell you why this could be the game changer Chicago's been hunting for. First off, let's talk about why this rumor has legitimate legs. Ryan Poles, the Bears GM, isn't just some random executive eyeing Smith. He was in Kansas City's front office when they struck gold with Smith in the 6th round of the 2021 draft. That connection runs deep, folks, and in the NFL, these relationships matter more than you might think. Now let's break down why Smith would be an absolute perfect fit for what Chicago's trying to build. At 26 years old, Smith is entering his prime years as an offensive lineman. We're talking about a 6'6", 321-pound force of nature who's been absolutely dominant in both run blocking and pass protection. His run block win rate, an incredible 75.1%. That's not just good, that's elite territory. But here's where it gets really interesting for Bears fans. Chicago's sitting pretty with one of the most flexible cap situations in the NFL heading into 2025. We're talking serious spending power here, folks. While other teams are doing salary cap gymnastics just to get compliant, Poles has positioned the Bears to be major players in free agency. The timing couldn't be better because Kansas City's cap situation is getting tight, really tight. Between Patrick Mahomes' contract and other big money deals, the Chiefs might not be able to keep everyone. And Trey Smith? He's about to hit free agency at the perfect time. Let's talk about what Smith brings to the table that makes him such a coveted target. This isn't just about raw power, though trust me, he's got plenty of that. Smith's technique in pass protection has evolved significantly since entering the league. His hand placement, his ability to anchor against bull rushes, his awareness in picking up stunts. It's all top-tier stuff. Think about what that means for the Bears offense. Whether it's protecting Justin Fields or whoever ends up under center, Smith provides that interior stability that's been missing. And in the run game, he's a bulldozer who can create those crucial lanes that turn 2-yard gains into explosive plays. But here's what really gets me excited about this potential move. The Bears aren't just looking for a quick fix. They're building something sustainable. Smith fits perfectly into that timeline. At 26, he's young enough to be part of Chicago's long-term plans, but experienced enough to make an immediate impact. Let's talk scheme fit for a second. Under new head coach Ben Johnson, the Bears are likely to implement a more dynamic offense that requires versatile linemen. Smith's ability to excel in both gap and zone schemes makes him a perfect fit. He's not just a power guy, he's got the athleticism to pull, trap, and get to the second level. The competition for Smith's services is going to be fierce, make no mistake. But the Bears have 3 key advantages: cap space, the Poles connection, and a clear path to being a contender. That last point shouldn't be underestimated. Players want to win, and Chicago's building something special. Consider the domino effect of landing Smith. Suddenly, that offensive line looks completely different. You've got a rock-solid interior presence that makes everyone around him better. The quarterback has more time. The running backs have bigger holes. The entire offense functions at a higher level. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the price tag. Quality offensive linemen don't come cheap in free agency, especially ones entering their prime. But here's why it makes sense for the Bears to potentially overpay a bit. Stability on the offensive line is priceless. Just ask any team that struggled with protection issues. The Bears' draft position at number 10 plays into this too. By securing Smith in free agency, they wouldn't feel pressured to reach for an offensive lineman in the draft. That flexibility is valuable, allowing them to take the best player available or address other needs. Let's talk about the ripple effects across the NFC North. Adding Smith wouldn't just strengthen the Bears, it would help neutralize some of the division's premier interior defenders. We're talking about making life easier against guys like Kenny Clark and Aiden Hutchinson. The Bears' offensive line has been a work in progress for years, but adding Smith could be the final piece of the puzzle. Think about the statement it would make. Chicago isn't just participating in free agency, they're aiming for the top-tier talents who can transform their team. Here's another angle to consider. Smith's durability. In an era where availability is increasingly valuable, Smith's track record of staying healthy is a major plus. He's proven he can handle the grind of an NFL season, and that reliability is worth its weight in gold. The potential signing also fits with the Bears' recent pattern of smart, calculated moves. They're not just throwing money at problems. They're identifying specific players who fill specific needs. Smith checks every box: age, skill set, scheme fit, and character. Looking at the bigger picture, this move would signal the Bears' commitment to building through the trenches. In today's NFL, that's still where games are won and lost. Smith would give Chicago one of the most promising young interior offensive lines in the league. But let's be real, there are no guarantees in free agency. The Bears will have competition and Smith will have options. Teams like the Dolphins, Cardinals, and Titans could all be in the mix. It's going to come down to multiple factors: money, opportunity, and fit. What makes this rumor particularly intriguing is how it aligns with the Bears' broader strategy. They're not just collecting talented players. They're building a specific type of team: physical, smart, and capable of controlling games in the trenches. When you look at successful NFL franchises, they all have one thing in common: they protect their quarterback. The Bears seem to understand this, and targeting Smith would be a clear indication that they're serious about building a championship-caliber offensive line. The culture fit is worth mentioning, too. Smith's reputation as a teammate and professional aligns perfectly with what the Bears are building. He's known for his work ethic, his preparation, and his leadership, exactly the type of player you want in your locker room. So, what's the bottom line here? The Bears' interest in Trey Smith makes perfect sense from every angle: need, fit, timing, and resources. It's the type of move that could accelerate their rebuild and establish them as serious contenders in the NFC North. Remember, in the NFL, windows of opportunity don't stay open forever. The Bears have the cap space, the need, and the connection to make this happen. Now it's just a matter of execution. And if there's one thing we know about Ryan Poles, it's that he's not afraid to be aggressive when he sees the right opportunity. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Trey Smith could be the missing piece for the Bears' offensive line?